Two Owls talking sports as we continue with our fall preview editions, this time on location with boys and girls cross country. I'm Mike Davidson, joined as always by my partner, John Wiley, Overlake's athletic director. And John, beautiful day to be out here. I'm glad I'm not running as much as these kids are, but they are looking forward to a big year here in the fall of 26. A team last year that was middle of the pack in the Emerald Sound Conference, sent 5 total runners across both the boys and the girls to state, but didn't place there. And they are looking at some of their best runners coming back though this year.
Yeah, no question. Last year they sent 3 girls and 2 guys to Pasco for state, and you know, we bring back our highest finisher last year, as well as on the girls side and on the boys side. Both of them are coming back. They have put in a lot of miles as a program this summer, and Coach Dude has them going the right direction.
And so, you know, one of the things we've been talking about, who are the foundational pieces in each of these sports. I heard you mention Julie on the girls' side, George Mayank on the boys' side. Is that kind of where the foundation begins here with both these squads?
Julie Yakshev is a great runner. She's, I believe, runs a lot farther than 5Ks on a fairly regular basis. And she really came on last year.
Peaked at the right time,
Peaked
as I
at
remember.
state.
Yeah.
She comes back as a junior, and we're really excited about what she's going to bring. On the boys' side, it's like splitting hairs. And, you know, sometimes it's good to have somebody that can keep up with you. And these 2 guys, George and Mayank, both are great runners. They both ran at state. They're veteran runners. They're super fast, and they push each other. I think George needed that, and he found that in Mayank over the last couple of years, who's now George is a senior, Mayank's a junior, but they're among the fastest in the state.
You know, and in cross country, a lot of times it doesn't come down to who's your best runner, right? It's about, can you put 5 times on the board that are all competitive. That brings us to our next question: who are the newcomers? Who are the athletes maybe ready to take the next step forward?
And in fact, you can get down to 7. 7 will displace other runners from other programs. So you know, they've got a lot of good young runners on this side, both on the guys and girls, especially on the girls' side. There's a ton of talent on this. Some new ones to keep an eye on. I'll give you a couple freshmen. On the girls' side, Zoe Gregish. Zoe is a runner. She lit up the middle school level as an 8th grader last year. She's just mature. You know, she's a strong kid, fast, good head on her shoulders. You know, is not in the freshman fog, as we say. She's just focused and really wants to be a great runner, and you know, is a really good all-around athlete. But I think she'll fit right in and really push that girls team to great new heights. On the boys' side, you know, hard to say exactly, but I was talking to Coach Dude about it, and that's Adam. He goes by Coach Dude, yes, long story. But he likes a guy named Julian Young, who's
another freshman.
He described him as a diamond in the rough, but he's a former gymnast and a really good all-around athlete and mentally tough. And Mike, you know, in cross country, it's not just the physical pounding, but it's the mental, especially on days that don't look like this.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So those are a couple to keep your eye on. This is a program of, you know, it's well balanced. There's about, on the rosters right now, currently it's about 13 boys, around 10 girls, but that's plenty to compete, and especially with the coaching staff we have.
And so what is success for this team? We talk about this team as if they're one unit, but it really is a boys and a girls side to this.
Right.
How does success get measured for this edition of these 2 teams?
I think, considering the strength of the girls overall, there's depth there, right? I think they will do very, very well this year because they're going to have those 5 to 7 runners at a really competitive level. On the boys' side, you have George and Mayank, who are really great runners. There's a 3rd and a 4th to that group as well, but it's really going to be, who's your 5th? And 5, 6, 7. How does that pan out? And that's what's cool about cross country. You can win the race as a runner, but your team could be like blown out of the water. You know,
Well, yeah,
and we need the depth.
The other thing that's great about cross country is you don't have to have won the job, from your head coach. You go put the time on the board, and you're a top 5, runner on this team, right? And so it lets the role everyone has is what they demand.
You know, in high school sports, it's nice to have sports that limits your subjective nature, right? It's like you have coach. You know, in so many other sports, it's the coach who will determine the playing time and all this. Now, hopefully, they make the right calls.
Sure.
But man, stopwatches in this. It's real simple. It's you against the stopwatch all season, every day, every meet. Are you peaking? Do you hit the right, are you peaking when it matters? Are you avoiding injury? Are you cooling down correctly? All these things that matter, but it's really you against the watch.
And so, in these preview episodes, we've talked about circling a date on the calendar. It won't necessarily be on campus, right? But if you're a fan of this cross-country program, what's a big date as you try and figure out, okay, what actually is here in the early going?
They have a pretty cool schedule. They're going to go out of state to Oregon for the Mook. That's a fun meet. That's all fun. That's early. They're going to do a lot of really, like, I believe it's Hole in the Wall or Twilight. I can't remember which one they're running off the top of my head. But they run some huge meets. But the one they circle is the Emerald Sound Conference Championships, and that's the 22nd of October. It's at Lincoln Park in West Seattle, and it will determine who your conference champions are. It'll also be the indicator of who's moving on to districts the following weekend, and then, of course, from there, it's the state meet. So I would say the 22nd of October. It's also senior night for us. Again, we don't have a camp. None of the stuff is on our venue, but that's about as close as we're going to be, West Seattle. So come out and see the Owls then.
Well, and maybe on the 22nd of October, it'll be 82 degrees with a cloudless sky and a light breeze like it is today. Probably not. So these runners enjoy the conditions now because
keep the smoke away, man.
They deteriorate a bit by the time we get to the end of October sometimes. But we will be here on TOTS to give you all the updates as that season moves along. Thank you for joining us on these season previews. We've got one more still to record in boys ultimate, and hopefully boys golf we'll get to talk about as well. But it sure is a treat to get to be out at practice, seeing these kids in action before school even starts.
This is great. I wish every day was like this.
So thanks for joining us on Two Owls Talking Sports. I'm owl number 2, Mike Davidson, joined by owl number 1, my partner as always, John Wiley. See you soon.